Hey, what's up, everybody? We about to go over a little bit, some information. We're gonna talk about puts. I'm gonna just expand a little bit more, give a little sneak peek of the last video. So, as you see, Neo been dropping. I got in this put play for Neo. I kind of got in a little early. I kind of got in like around here. So, State of Decay kind of like pushes it down. So I'm hoping, not hope, but I suspect we're gonna come down a little bit further. So the way I do puts, before I even think about getting into a put, I kind of want um, the 20 RSI to tell me that it's been in the overbought area for a couple of days, right? So I have my RSIs at the 20 periods. So it's been hovering in this support area. The resistance area. If you look at the RSI, um, Neo's a little new, so it's like this area. The last time it was in this area, it got ready to drop. So turn this down a bit. So if we see here, we notice here, starting to be in a downfall, right? And you notice we're on the weekly time frame. So from the weekly time frame, knowing that this has been overbought in a high area, it's kind of like a very good indicator, like, okay, this is gonna drop pretty soon. And this is why, like if you got into around here, you might have been holding it for a while. If you got into put, like you kind of need to really time it. So this was like, so when you look at it, if you was look at it right here or here, what you'll notice is that this space in between on the MACD is very large, and the volume on these candles, if you look at these bars, are dark green. That's not an indication to get in. Let me repeat that. So you want double confirmation. And for me, I start from the weekly because before I even decide to get into a put, I need the weekly to be overbought too. If you get in for a put on a daily, that's a quicker trade. You got to be in and you got to kind of be like in and out on that one. So like the longer you have your put set for, the longer you expect to have your put set for, that means you're on a higher time frame. So if I want to have a put for a few days, I need to make sure that I'm getting in at a very high overbought area on the weekly time frame because that means I got a few days for my put and I could give it some time. Um, if it's a day, I think generally if it's on a daily time frame, if you're doing a put, you might have like a few days, maybe possibly before you gotta get out. You kind of got you might have like a day or two really um, before the put goes against you. So in this case, for me, for Neo, it's been running too hot for too long. And if you look, there's no other indication that it's been overbought before except back in like June of 2020. So around this time frame, this is the only time it was back up and then it came back down. If you notice this steep, and there's something you want to also pay attention. Like, look how the lines are in the chart because that kind of tells you a little bit more too. So if you see it like this is kind of like very steep. So that means the drop is going to also be tend to most times the drop is tend to be steep as well. So in this case, it was gradually building up, but you see it's like, dropping a little bit faster. So that's how you can always think about it. Like if it's very fast, it doesn't last. And if it grows really, even though the drop is always much steeper than when we go up. However, depending on how we go up and how long we going up for, that also means the drop can be a little bit longer than just a few days or a few hours. It all kind of depends on what higher time frame you're looking at, and you need to pay attention to like how it's coming up. So in this case, Neo just been rising, came back down, then it rose again, rose, and it rose so high that we got to like almost 90. That's high. So this was like the indication, like okay, it's getting ready to drop. So this is like why I got in. Kind of got in a little bit too early though. I kind of on the date I think I was like maybe 2 days ahead. Um, but that's okay. I think I'm expecting it to drop a little bit more, and I'll show you why in a bit. But as we see now, this would be technically a good time to get in because what we see here is that These dark green bars are now, this one's turning white, and the divergence of this on my go no go is coming down. So it's still dark blue. Typically, you want it to be a little lighter, but with these volume being lighter and this steep decline, I think it's gonna drop a little bit. I think it's still gonna drop a little bit more. It has a lot of correction to do, in my opinion, because it's been running so hot. Um, and I think also, we just had a little report of the deliveries. I don't think maybe a lot of investors didn't find it as adequate. It also could be because Tesla also got approval for a ramp up in production in China. So then a lot of investors could have been like, well, I'm gonna go with the big dog. You just never know. So in this sense, I could see I could see the news from Tesla being added to the S&P. And then the news about Neo, even though there was growth, maybe it's just not enough for investors. Um, but there was also some upgrades, so you just never know. There was also some analysts that upgrade. I think Goldman Sachs upgraded Neo to like 50 something, yeah, close to 60, I believe. So Neo's don't probably go back on the run again soon, but I think in the meantime, it's a bear. So let's go to the daily time frame. And so for myself, for my instance, I really think we will be around. If I was to draw support, I'll probably draw support like around here. Actually, like right here, and another level like right here. And then, so if you see here too, so on the daily as well, because the weekly is like my setup, but the daily is what I want to enter on. So another thing is like when I come onto the daily, so you need to have multiple confirmations on multiple time frames. Remember that multiple confirmations on multiple time frame. Your higher time frame gives you the trend. The lower time frame gives you your entry point and your exit. So in this sense, I could see that on the entry point, this is a good time to get in for the trade for a bear. It's also dropping down, so I think it's going to drop a little bit more. It might not be as a big drop. It might not be like this, where it gradually comes down. It could be like this. You never know, but we'll see how it goes. I think with it curving like this, it might be so. It might end up making something like this shape here. I think Neo might drop like this because it's not going on a steep climb. It's more like this. So I think that's what I'm anticipating the drop to be a little bit for a little bit longer and to be a little bit more gradual. So that's what I'm hoping on. Um, Sorry, I don't even mean to say hope. Bad choice of words. That's what I am anticipating though, from what market structure and the indicators are telling me. Because we see the candle here starting to get red. It's a dark, mean red. And then we see the cross about to happen too, which is also the indication for a bear signal. Red volume on the candle, RSI dipping down. Sorry, I did not know this was the CCI on here. This is not what I want on here right here. I want the stochastic. But so as we see here, see the stochastic also crossed over. So I'm all bear. I'm ready to be a bear for this, right? Ready. I entered. I entered like here. I think I entered this day. Um, oh, I think I entered here because yep, I entered this day because it was light green, and then the candle was like really close, so I was expecting a crossover on this on the MACD. But as you see, a little green candle came in, trying to like mess it all up for the little last woo ha, but that's fine. Um, Again, if you have a hard time reading with the candles, just to make it easier on people, set up to a line. Oh, there's another little level of support level right here. So this is where I'm anticipating first level support would be here. Second level, if it breaks through that level, bam, we down here. And that's gonna be a good ride, a good roller coaster ride. Um, um okay. Uh, so as we see here too, just to notice why I think it's gonna break through is because remember this is an EMA, so this is a 20. It hit down, might have bounced back, but it still broke through. I would have wanted if it was if it really respected, I would have expected something more like a candle ending up here with a line through, but that body is through that candle. The body of the candle is through that line, which means it broke below it, which means that it's definitely getting ready to be a bear. No cross it on the. Oh wait, I was getting these mixed up. Okay. So no cross yet on the EMAs, but that's fine. So when you decide to make a put, always remember you want to have your strike price at the support. This could be, it could be, you could select this as your strike price. You could select this as your strike price if you think it's going to go further. And then if you think it's really going to drop, if you think it's going to really drop, then you can also put one here and you put one there. Now, depending on which strike price you decide for your level of support, it depends on what the charts are telling you, and also depends on like your level of tolerance of risk. Um, hmm. I was. This seems more likely. This doesn't seem as likely. Just just because of market structure, I just don't know about it dropping like this straight down. Be more like there. A lot of healthy price action here, so it's not gonna drop this low. Here, a little indecisive, but it still popped up. And then we kind of got like more healthier price action here. So this is where I would expect price to drop the furthest down. Um, so that's another thing to point out. See, the reason why when you're also thinking about where price can drop down, think about the algorithmic trading, right? When you have a lot of algorithmic trading, because it's so fast, sometimes you a lot the order can miss a lot of orders. So what happens is that when price comes back down, sometimes it's forced to come down a little further because it has to fill those orders that was already in place that the algorithmic trading had price just surpass. So sometimes when you get these, if you notice, like when you have these, I always like to say, if it's fast, it doesn't last. So if you notice, you have a lot of these like up bars, and then price comes back down, fills here, and then it goes up. Fast bar comes back down, then it goes back up. If you just notice, like just notice, it kind of always comes back into the body area of these large candles. See, fat go up, comes back down, support, and healthy price action. So just your eye will be able to see it the more you see it more and more. Yeah, see, it's a lot of healthier price action. So mm. Okay, so I think that's all we need to do. I mean, I guess we could find some more situations actually for puts, right? We could look for some more. Um, Best Buy is like I love the ways Best Buy moves. Like it plays inside the band, pops out, comes right back in. Like it really respects. It really respects everything. I like I like Best Buy. It's a really nice chart because it just you want beautiful charts like this just because it's so much easier to like to chart. It's so easy. Like everything is just right there. Support resistance clearly here. Another level of support here. Support. It's so easy to chart. So easy to chart. Best Buy is so beautiful. So and as we see here, um, little green candle, perfect time to get in for crosses. See how the crosses, darker green, darker red candles. Signal right here. We going in for a sell, going in for a bear. Cross here on a weekly. Got that. We got that cross. You can tell what that was. Okay. Um, So when you're making your puts, you kind of just want to have confirmations. Find the confirmations that you decide to work for yourself. Um, Sometimes some people can use the band. Some people don't need to use the band. Sometimes people, if you notice, price doesn't always have to jump out the band for it to come back. You know, some traders are people who notice this steep incline and then like kind of like low volume and notice the signal. So they might get in right here for a drop because they notice that price just jumped up and it's too steep. It's a peak right here. So they know it's like it's gonna drop too. So you might get in for a put for that day, or I mean for that week or day. Find your day entry right. Yeah. Best Buy might drop a little, like maybe right here. Probably nah. It'll probably be like right. It's probably gonna. It's probably. It might be another few more days of Best Buy dropping, but it's probably not gonna be. But if tomorrow, if it's a green day tomorrow, it's done. It's going for a rally. If it doesn't drop any more tomorrow, it's done. The bear is done with Best Buy. It's about to go for a bull run. But these dark red candles ain't really making me feel confident that it might be done though. But this pin bar making me think something else. I don't know if that's a hammer. Well, never mind. So we'll see. Might drop a little bit, or it might just move sideways. Honestly, it might just move sideways. For a little bit. All right, so hope this kind of clarifies a little bit more with you for puts. Anything else? Any other questions? Just drop a comment. All right, great.